all good. People, just remember this advice. Take a deep breath and try to make nice, make nice. What else you gonna do? Make nice, even when the people not nice to you. Make nice, give a smile, give a hug, do it twice. Make nice, make nice, make nice. All kind of people, they be living on the land. Some must struggle every day, them must stuck without the plan. But if you want to grow stronger, let go and release. Just free up your mind, cause you got to make peace, make peace. What else you gonna do? Make peace, even when the people not peaceful to you. Make peace with your people, let go and release. Make peace, make peace, make peace. We all come from the waters of divine union. We can open to the holy stream of inspiration. So climb like a salmon to the heights up above, and ride on the waters of love. Make love. What else you gonna do? Make love, even when no love is coming to you. Make love, yes you, cause it fits you like a glove. Make love, make love, make love. Make peace, make peace, make peace. Make nice, make nice, make nice.
Let him in. Let him in. Beautiful. Beautiful. Who'd ever thought we'd be like a theater and have reservations and people on waiting lists and God.
And 1 minute to open the door and that's how it is in the big world,
I know,
folks.
right?
And the best musicians on
I know.
Absolutely. Am I
Welcome
on?
back, Jeremy and Amy. Yay.
Wow.
Oh, welcome everyone. I think you all know who I am, but if you don't know who I am online, I'm Reverend Rita. And who are you?
Reverend Patrick.
And we're going to take a big, deep breath right now. Please join us so we can center, because it was kind of a crazy beginning this morning.
We were laughing because we get up at 4 a.m. and we're wondering why we're
We
still
were rushing
running
to the podium.
And I go, how could I get up at 4 a.m. and still be running to the seat at 9?
Anyway, welcome to our home, Center for Spiritual Living, Kauai. Welcome to the beautiful, amazing energy of God that you are expressing here. Our theme this month is the sweetness of life, embracing the sweetness of life. And we're going to be doing that, We're going to be doing that all month long. And as you know, we just practiced this beautiful thing called the Science of Mind and Spirit that just lets us know and reminds us of who and what we are, that power and presence of the divine, which is love. That's all it is, and it's expressing everywhere. Sometimes we don't see it because it doesn't know that it's that, but it is always that. So we get to use this power of our minds, which is the way we connect with spirit is through the power of our consciousness, or our mind. We call it our mind, but it's really our consciousness. And know that anything is possible, and that good is possible when we come from that place of love. So, welcome.
And if we have any doubts, our musicians reminded us,
Right.
just make love. It's been getting kind of sassy here the last couple of weeks, hasn't it? We have been getting sassy. So that's make love. That's all we need to do. Love is it. So I know for a spiritual fact that somebody on this live streaming, which you can live stream, did you know you can live stream on YouTube, Facebook, and our live stream channel,
Right.
Boxcast. We're all over the place now, but I know there's some new people out there looking in, saying, I wonder what they're doing there. Well, we're going to tell you something. We know something about you, and we're going to let you know right now. They're scared. I can feel that. They're like, what are they going to say? Is anybody here for the first time? Always for the first time. So let's let them know what we know about the first timers here.
You are magnificent.
And how do we know that? We know that about you because we know that about ourselves. We see it first, and then we see you. God meeting God. Namaste. And so we know that. So, shall we all say it together? Yeah, let's put our hand on our hearts. Why not? I am magnificent. Then we're going to add something to it. I am magnificent, and don't you forget it. I am magnificent, and don't you forget it. Now look to the left, to the right. All you people at home, if you're lying in bed, that's great. Just look to the left, to the right. Everybody, just let each other know that they are magnificent. I know that you are you are definitely magnificent. Oh my! Oh wait! Ray's magnificent. Let me show. And
You are magnificent.
Oh.
Yay. Patrick.
Now we're going to have a
prayer, just
magnificent opening song with these two wonderful lovebirds.
Let your bright light shine,
Uh-oh.
shine, shine. Let your bright light shine, shine, shine. Don't you know someone's down in the valley trying to get home?
I love this song.
I love
Well,
this
it may be you, and it may be me. It may be your brother or your sister too. Don't you know someone's down in the valley trying to get home? Let your bright light shine, shine, shine. Let your bright light shine, shine, shine. Don't you know that someone's down in the valley trying to get home? Well, it may be me and it may be you. Maybe your mother or your father too. Don't you know that someone's down in the valley trying to get home?
Talk to you a little bit about the valley. Coming out. Can you say it? We're coming out.
Coming out.
That's right. Because we know who and what we are in every moment. And that is Spirit moving through and as each and every one of us. Oh, do you feel it coming up through the valley? Woo! Do you feel the light that's centered right here in the heart? And what I know is that we have come together on purpose. We have come together like that ocean that is right outside our door, that is so big, so magnificent, so magnitude, that it is filling up everything with the water of Spirit. Can I hear, yes it is?
Yes, it is.
I just want to make sure you're awake. So what I know is that we are awake, eyes wide open, seeing, feeling, knowing exactly who and what we are. And that is Spirit would come together, separately it looks like, but always as one. So knowing that, I say let's move on through this celebration. And we got to let it go. Let it go. Can I hear I let it go?
I let it go.
I let it be.
I let it be.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Let your bright light shine, shine, shine. Let your bright light shine, shine, shine. Don't you know that someone's down in the valley trying to get home? Well, it may be me and it may be you. It may be Reverend Patrick or Rita too. Don't you know that someone's down in the valley trying to get home? Don't you know that someone's down in the valley trying to get home?
Yes.
Song.
We are home, Jeremy and Amy.
Welcome. All right.
home.
Okay. Welcome to everyone that just got here. That's Jeremy and Amy Brown. Yay. And Reverend Rita and Reverend Patrick. And now we're going to invite up Dr. Peggy Price.
Give it up
Our
for Dr.
beautiful
Peggy.
Yay. She's going to lead us in our affirmation, and then we'll go on to our peace candle.
Good morning.
Oh, wait. You need your microphone.
She sounded so on that I thought she had another one of these.
Number one. Is that all right,
I
Jonathan?
did have one of those for years, and I guess I thought I still had it.
I know. I have to get used to having it.
They are wonderful. Good morning. I love the theme for this month. Don't you? Embracing the
Yes.
sweetness of life. And our affirmation, I'm going to absolutely know, I'm knowing already, I'm going to joyously say this every single day with enthusiasm. So I invite you to hear it once, and then we'll say it together 3 times. I embrace the sweetness of life. 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 And so it is.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Peggy. So let's just take it. What happened?
Nothing.
You lost your mind. All right, let's center in that sweetness of life. And let's just go within for our peace candle today. And what I'm knowing is that we are releasing COVID-19. It's now struck to the core of our government, and I feel like we need to rise up in love right now and say we are totally done with this and that we are ready to move into perfect health, perfect love, perfect peace, and that we are ready to move into a space where all is well. We are welcoming it right here and right now. So I know that is true for each and every one of us and for this whole world and each and every person, that power and presence of God, that power and presence of peace, love, and perfect health is moving through everything. So let's just take this time to go into our heart space and know that. And now Dr. Peggy will lead us further, deeper into contemplation.
And so, as we stay in this beautiful space of peace and serenity, I invite you to reflect on these words of the wonderful 13th century mystic Hafiz. Stay close to anything that makes you glad you are alive. Stay close to anything that makes you glad you are alive. Stay close to anything that makes you glad you are alive. This morning I celebrate the sweetness of life, the source of all life, all the expressions of life in its fullness, knowing that this power and presence, this source of all good, this presence we call by many names that I know as God, Spirit, love, wholeness, peace, joy, beauty, wisdom, intelligence, truth. This energy, this power indwells me as it indwells each and every being. It is the source of our good. It is the very good of God. And so in that awareness today, we celebrate this truth, this sweetness of life, this precious gift that we are given to fully express in it every single day, to cherish every moment, to express our fullness of life, express our full expression of our own being in every day. That sweetness, those droplets of honey in those precious moments of appreciation of all that is, all around us, in all its many manifestations and forms, is that goodness that is within each one of us. And so today I claim and accept for each of us the abundant good, that our good is God and God is our good, and it is abundant, it is unlimited. I accept and claim for each of us our wholeness, our fullness of expression, in our vitality, in our radiant health, and the energy that sustains us, and the ways in which we fill up our tank again, not only physically and materially with food and drink, but with our spiritual expression of who we are. To know that every single relationship is in its right and perfect place as we grow and expand in understanding. And as we do that, our experience of love grows and expands as well. And that creative energy, that spirit, that which we tap into, that creative mind, is ours to express and claim in all the myriad ways in which we can do that. And those expressions of our creativity are spiritual coin that take us right back to that abundant life. For it is all God, it is all good, and for this I am so grateful. And I claim and accept too today the peace of life, the peace of God, a peaceful planet, a peaceful country, a peaceful community, and peace within. And so with love and gratitude, I simply release these words now into the mind and heart of God, knowing all is well, and we join together in agreement by saying, and so it is.
I am perfection of grace. I am perfection of grace. Perfection of love. I am perfection of love. perfection of love.
We are. We
are. We are perfection of love.
That is so beautiful.
That was written by Auntie Leohu Ryder from the island of Maui.
Oh,
A song
okay.
called The Blessing.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I can't get enough of that one. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, what a week, huh? We're all here. Oh my God. So, our topic today is about increasing our bandwidth. And I don't know what that means to you, but maybe it'll be clearer what it means to me by the time I get done up here. So, what's interesting, we picked this topic this week, and we've had so much problems with our bandwidth in several occasions in our home. So we're like, okay, what's going on? Well, you know what? You put it out there, and then it comes back and lets you know where you're at. So bandwidth is a term used to describe how much information can be transmitted over a connection. So I'm going to liken this to us being that transmitter, right? We get to, it's a metaphor for me, of how much of God, how much of the energy of God that we get to embody and use, basically. Because we've got it all. Ernest Holmes says that here and now we are surrounded by and immersed in an infinite good. How much of this infinite good is ours? All of it, he says it in capital letters, and how much of it may we have to use? As much of it as we can embody. So how much can we embody? And we cannot, we can't confine the spirit, the infinite power of God, of light, of source, whatever you want to call it. We can't make it finite. We can only make ourselves more infinite, if that makes sense, because we're always at choice to be infinite, because it's all there for us. It's like, it's a hologram where all of God is right where we are, every cell, all of God is in everything. It's in the leaf on a tree, this grain of sand. It's all that power is there. And it's just expressing itself how it wants to express. So how much can we do? So I was thinking of download speed, which I learned all about. I don't know all this stuff. Download speed and upload speed. I was learning with Rob Jones about download and upload and why we have problems with this. And download speed, if you don't know, refers to the rate that digital data is transferred from the internet to your computer. Okay, so that's the speed you get to, the stuff downloads to you. And then the upload is the opposite. It's you transferring that data out, or your data out. So like when I was doing Facebook Live with my abundance, I was having a couple of problems one day, and it was basically my ability to upload, I guess, or not me. But, well, yeah, me. I might as well. If we're going to take responsibility, we have to take responsibility for all of it. That is true about our teaching, so thank you. Yeah, so I thought about download and upload as like giving and receiving, like this circulation that's going on, right? And so you've got your transmitter and the flow of God, the flow of light, the flow of energy is coming through you, and it's your download and then your upload, like how much are you giving out? It's just like a circulation. You can't like just take it and then not give it back out. And that's one of the problems. Some of us are like, aren't good at receiving. Some of us aren't good at, maybe not good at, I don't like that word. Some of us have a harder time receiving. I know I did for a while, having a hard time like just opening up and saying, I want it all. Bring it on. Good stuff. Bring it on. Or sometimes we might be holding back, like we're afraid, like if we give, we're going to lose something. But we got to keep it like even. We got to keep it like sometimes we will be giving more, and sometimes we'll be receiving more. It just depends on the situation. But to keep that circulation going, I think is what this is all about. So I'm increasing my transmitter. I'm increasing my my ability to embody the spirit, the life force, God, and then I'm also keeping that law of circulation in flow all the time. I love this quote by Emerson, Ralph Waldo Emerson. Roseanne will love it too. She loves Ralph Waldo Emerson. Every man or woman, they always use the man, but it's okay. We know what they're talking about. Every man or woman is an inlet and may become an outlet for all there is in God. So we're already inlets, right? It's all coming through, but we're the ones that get to choose how much of it we want to let out, how much of it we actually want to embody and let out. We're an inlet, but we get the choice to become an outlet. Does that make sense? Yeah. So if you're lagging, when you get that little spinner going, just know you just have to embody more. You just have to embody more and open up your arms and say, it's good. I want it all. I'm not going to be taking away from somebody else by embracing the sweetness of life and having a great life. I was walking on the beach a couple of days ago. I try to do some of my walk runs on the beach, and some of them I go on the path. But when I go on the beach this one morning, there was nobody there. I was like shocked that we could be on an island. Well, and even when the tourists were here, there was no, usually at Kauai, it's pretty empty, And I was walking, it was about like maybe 7 o'clock, and I was just looking at this expanse of beauty and just being there. I saw a few fishermen, and I was like, how did I get here? I felt like, how did I get here? And this voice inside me said, you chose. And I was like, oh yeah, I chose. I made the choices in my life that weren't always easy to make. Just because we decide we want more good and we have to make choices and decisions doesn't mean those decisions and choices that we have to make to let things go or embrace more are going to be easy. And I went, but you chose, Rita. That's why you're here. And then I kind of just looked back at all the different choices that I had made along the path that brought me to this time. And some people say they feel like a little guilty for being here. And I was like, I don't feel guilty for being here. I am so grateful to be here. And I know that the more I feel grateful for being here, the more that gratefulness goes out into the energy field and touches other people's lives. So we can't I can't say, oh, I'm here and I'm really enjoying life, and somebody over here is suffering, and think that if I suffer a little more, that person's going to suffer less, because that's not true. The more that we can embrace life, the more we alleviate suffering in the world, and because we'll have more of the strength to be lights in the world and be helpful and give our abundance to the world. The more that we embrace the abundance within ourselves. So how does it start? It starts with a decision, like I said. And I was thinking about the fundraiser we just had and how we set that goal and then we surpassed it. And I was like, okay, how did that happen? But you know how it happened? It wasn't just that Melissa and Sue and Peggy and all these other people, Roseanne and everybody and Rob and Jonathan, worked so hard. Yeah, they worked hard. We all worked hard. And it wasn't even that we were, we had all this beautiful talent that gave their time, and yes, they did, and that was wonderful. But what it was the consciousness behind all of that we all had, that we all wanted CSL Kauai to rise and to be okay, and to know that it was an important thing to have on this island, and that's what caused all those people to do all of that. But if the consciousness had not been there, then it would not have been successful. It would have just been people working hard and sweating, and and there was not very. If there was any, I didn't see it. I only saw like happiness and joy, and that's the stuff that generates and embodies and allows us to embody more of God, is the joy and the passion that we have for life. So if we wanted anything to increase our bandwidth, it would be do what makes you happy. Be and joy. Do, create, love, and we can't just say we love certain people and we don't love others. We don't have to love what people do, but we can still be a beacon of love, right? So that's really important too. And Ernest Holmes, to go back to the fundraiser, Ernest Holmes wrote, "The limit of our ability to demonstrate depends upon our ability to provide a mental equivalent of our desires. For the law of correspondence works from the belief to the thing, but it is within our power to within our power to create a greater mental equivalent through the unfolding of consciousness, and this growth from within will finally lead us to freedom." So in other words, a lot of words, everything that's transpiring in our life, if we want to change it, we have to create a mental equivalent for it first. Does that make sense? We have to be able to embody enough to know that we can already see it. We're already grateful for it. And then it appears. But the good news is, if we're not there yet, our consciousness is still unfolding. And a lot of the troubles we're seeing here in the world right now is that happening. It's becoming more and more evident because there's more and more light being poured into the world. At least that's the way I like to look at it. I rather look at it that way and just go, the dark shows up because the light's so bright and we're shining light on it. So eventually, as we know, dark cannot live in light. It's eventually got to transmute to light. So our only job is to expand our consciousness and to be that light in the world. We already are lights, right? And it's inner work. And to me, it's like surrender. I have to surrender it all to spirit within. We just did this abundance program, and it was so helpful. I'm just telling you, to everybody, I got so many comments back about how people's lives were shifted by it, not because of me, because they did the work. They took the principles of John Randolph Price in that book, and they actually used them, and they showed up every day for themselves. So it was about surrendering. Stop looking out for things to be different. Surrender into spirit and allow spirit to pour through us, and to realize this divine activity is always going on. It's always moving through us, and all we have to do is recognize it, and it can't help but show up. It just does, right? Abundance Tribe, if you're out there, it just shows up. It just shows up, and it shows up where you don't expect it. It just shows up in all kinds of ways, not just in money, in just all kinds of ways. And it's a beautiful, amazing thing. So if I had anything to say today, I would tell you, in a nutshell, just keep doing it. Just keep practicing it. If you feel lack in your life or any kind of ability not to express yourself, or you feel like you're being held back in some way, the only thing you have to do is just expand into the infinite. And how do you do that? The first step is a choice. It's a decision. You have to say, I want it. I already am it. I want it. And start thinking your life from that place, instead of saying, oh, I'm going to get there someday. Or it's knowing, once you say it, the infinite has to respond to you. That's law. And I know it's true because I've experienced it in my own life. And it's deep, and it's something that each of us has to do for ourselves. I can't give you my God. I can't give you my infinite. I can know it about you, but you're the one that has to find that for yourself. You got to find that place within yourself that expresses God in the way that you want to express it and the way you feel it, because it's a feeling, right? In our practitioner class, we had a whole class about who's God and what's God, and it was like we finally came down to it's a feeling. It's a feeling. So I love you. I know we're expanding. I know we are. We've opened a portal now. We can't go back. We've expanded already. So we're just walking through it now, and the more light and the more energy and the more we increase our bandwidth, the better it's going to get for all of us individually and collectively. So I just know that, and I know it's the truth, and I claim it, and I announce it, and I just let it go with gratitude, and so it is. Yeah. Now, Jeremy and Amy will increase our bandwidth even more. Was it too long? No.
As you guys have probably seen that are here in the room, the beautiful weather we've been having, especially beautiful for our island chain. It's so calm out there on the ocean. And The breezes are very light. It's been quite warm. But this song was written long before internet by Elizabeth Alohikea. And it's a song we've done here at the center before, a song called Nani Kaua'i. Nani is Hawaiian, a way of saying beautiful. And so we're going to share this song with you guys with a hula, with Amy. And it speaks of the source of the water for the world. Of, you know, the center is considered right here on Kauai, Wai'ale'ale. Perhaps the wettest spot on earth sometimes. And the healing waters of the island, and from the rains to the streams. All attracted by the beauty of Wai'ale'ale. And so we're going to share this song with you guys. Aloha e i kuaina i ke kila o Wai'ale'ale o ke one kaulana a ono hili a po iho a pono i ke na hala o nauna a o mapuana i kanani o Kauai a na panapa i na pa o e a e i ke ana i kanani o Kauai a na panapa Oni hiki iho ana oe i kanani ke kumu o kana haina ia mai ana ka puana wanani Kauai Kamalie wanani Kauai Kamalie
Much. You know, we only see you like at the end of the month and sometimes at the beginning, depending on. And you're just always such a gift, such a light that we bring into a room. I was thinking, you know, 9 a.m. in the morning, and this is what we're all doing. I mean, it's just, I don't know about you, but it's just so special. I can't stand it. It's so much. But I can, and more. The sweetness of life, yes? Yesterday, last night actually, I had this moment that yesterday was one of those kind of days that we planned a little bit more for a Saturday. We were a prep Saturday for Sunday, and we just planned a little bit more. Nothing that wasn't beautiful and wonderful, but it was just that feeling. And I was sitting at my desk, and I was like, okay, now. And all of a sudden, everything stopped for a moment. And I thought of the sweetness of life. And then it was almost like a movie of 20 years of everything that Rita and I had been doing since we've been together. And it was just flooding in, and everything that had transpired. And I just went, oh, it's just so sweet. So sweet. Everything that transpires in our life. How sweet that is. And then I was thinking of Forrest Gump, because, you know, in that moment you're thinking life's a box of chocolates, and you never know what you're going to get. But here's what I added on to it. Forrest You never know what you're going to get. But no matter what that chocolate is, it's still chocolate, man. And it's still sweet. It can still be sweet. So I'm not going into the whole bandwidth as much as Rita did, Miss Technical over there. But I am going to talk a little bit about God, or Source, call it when it has the biggest social network on the planet. Indeed. I can stop there. But here's the deal. The only question is, have we joined it? Who's our server and what are we serving? Right? So it really just allowed me to see this. So I had a little one. It said bandwidth refers to the maximum capacity of internet connection. Oh, but I like it better. How's your inner you connection? The inner you, the inner me. What's connecting? Because I remember when I went to a computer class, a million years ago, when they were still the big old things on there, and it was F1, F2, I don't remember now. But I wrote a paper about God versus the computer, and I remember the teacher telling me I wouldn't show this to too many people, and I'm so disappointed somewhat that I lost that paper, because he was reading it, and I was all like, yeah, because I was saying, how could this have this much power when we're the ones that are computing it? I mean, allowing it to be created. And it's doing all these great things. And you've been with your computer. At times when you're going, why are you doing this to me? And you're thinking, why don't you understand this is plastic and a bunch of stuff that you're talking to, like, how could you go out on me in the middle of a talk? And you're like, and it becomes very personalized. And I'm thinking, we are that power. We're the consciousness that's behind that too. We're the infinite. I mean, you think about it, about everything that's stored there, that's us. Everything that is stored in our hard drive or soft drive, whatever it's called, because I'm not going to try to pretend I know all the terms. But then I read a little further. It said, your bandwidth could be slowed down because too many people are connected to the network. And, in some cases, to your device. In some cases, to your device. And the first thing that came to me was collective consciousness. How much I have allowed the collective consciousness to enter into my computer, my temple. I like temple better. It's more expansive. How much is really my thoughts? You're in a conversation with someone, and all of a sudden you're noticing a little bit of a wow, wow, wow. And you're going, my bandwidth needs a little expanding right now. And you're thinking, I feel kind of drained. It's not anyone's fault. But we need to be in charge. I need to be in charge of what's going on in my mind. So I just don't walk around easily and effortlessly taking on all the stuff. Taking on all the stuff. Because we will, as I spoke the other day to a dear friend, we will short circuit. Because what happens is we get excited and our bandwidth is expanding. We're saying, yes, 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 yes. No, 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 no. Why? Why? The collective consciousness. We're all energy. We're just energy. And it's wonderful. And it's contained in this flesh that we talked about. But Rita led me right into where I'm all about today. And that is consciousness. Consciousness. That's where it is. How are we filling that up? We were talking in class. This week we have a Wednesday and a Thursday, which is fabulous. But we were talking about when we're looking for things like the assessment. It's a multi-billion-dollar self-help industry for a reason. Because we're constantly assessing. We're constantly trying to find out what's wrong. Instead of, we were talking about when you're filling up consciousness and you say, well, let me assess this. How's this on a scale of 1 to 10? And everyone goes to the what's wrong? What do I need to fix? If I could only do that, then I would be this, or whatever it is. And I'm thinking, why isn't the first thing that someone says when you say, how are you? Oh my God, if life got any better, I would just be flying around. Life is so good. Yeah, what do you think of, well, and now there's, and then all of a sudden, wah, 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 wah. Energy, plugging in. Where are we plugging in? Where am I plugging in? And I'm not just talking about the news. I'm not talking about that. Where are we plugging in when we're thinking of ourselves? How am I talking to myself? We said this in class too. I said, how are we going to expand our consciousness? We are never, and I'm going to say never, going to expand any kind of consciousness by belittling ourselves, by telling ourselves what we're not, telling ourselves what's wrong with us. That fills us up with nothing except heavy, heavy, heavy weight. Fill up, you say, yeah, but there's those buts, yeah, but what are we going to do about, and I'm thinking, I want to wake up in the morning and say once again, I am so proud of you, Patrick. Man, 39 years on this planet, and look what you have done. Oh, how they turn. How they turn. No. Michael Beckwith, he says, we are on the brink of midwifing another state of consciousness. We're on the brink of midwifing another consciousness. And since we need a little reminder, I've talked about this one other time, but there's 4 stages of this consciousness. And I want us to really hear it this time because we're about ready to midwife an absolutely brand new consciousness. Whew. But we got to know where we're at on the other ones, right? First stage is what? Life is happening to me. Better known as victim. It's happening to me. I have no... That doesn't mean that things don't happen to us. It just means that that's the consciousness. It's happening to me. And the victimized stage. Second stage is life is happening by me. And that's where we go, if I think and I use this energy in a certain way, I can manifest. As a matter of fact, I can open up an entire industry and make millions and billions of dollars saying that you have the power. By me, by me. But there's more to it than that. Because then we start taking all of the blame for everything, and when we really want to take what? The responsibility, the charge of what I'm thinking. Someone said today, Dr. Petra, she's in Texas, a woman said, yeah, sometimes it's really upsetting to me because my consciousness, I'll have a pain or something and I'll immediately go to, this is it. You know what I mean? And then it starts growing. And the woman is on the line. She says, Dr. Petra, I want to know because I let my imagination, I'll cough or I'll go, oh, this is it, And she said, well, I got the good news. I got the bad news. The good news is what we think and what we put out there is creative. It has to create. It has to. That's why we're all sitting here, because of those thought patterns. But not every thought, obviously, comes into, or we would all be in trouble. Even in this room, can you imagine if every thought that you're thinking, like every thought you're thinking while we're up here, wow. But that's the whole thing. And she said, but the good news is you're in charge of what you're thinking. So this thing, like I just had this, thoughts gone wild frat party in my mind, wild, like I had no control. My thoughts were just out of control. They were like inebriated. They just were going anywhere. And it's like, but I had nothing to do with it. And I woke up and everything's fine, right? No, we do. Said the other day I was I was starting to have this incredible pity party, which I love having occasionally, and it was like, no, I was going to bring in music and everything, and then I was right in the middle of it, and I said, where are you at in consciousness? All right. You're no fun since you got all spiritual. So the second stage is by me. So we don't want to be to me, by me. Oh, we start recognizing the power that is us. And then the third stage is life is happening through me. That's when you're not working so hard. You know what I mean? Like, if I can just get this class down, I'm going to really show you how I can manifest. And it's just so tense until you allow yourself to go, wow, the power that is everything is working through me. Listen to the energy that's different with that when you're allowing. Working through me, how sweet that is. All that pushing and prodding, I don't have to worry about that. And then the fourth one is the enlightened stage that everyone in this room is that life is happening as me. There is no separation between all we're doing is hearing music and, I'm not thinking, what do I got to do on Monday, man? I got to do. You just start, and that's a wonderful state. And a lot of people are afraid of that state. I know I have been, because I'm thinking, well, what would I do? Be. Well, I know, but I got to manifest and do my goal list, and I have my intentions, and I've got all that stuff. You're going to take away my whole business. And it's like, no. What you're going to do is you're going to show up. We're going to show up. And just know and trust that everything beyond that is fine. But we must, if I have any message for myself and for all of us, we have to talk to ourselves much differently than we have in the past. And I don't care how enlightened you are, because I can see you all glowing right now. But I don't care about that. I care about the fact that any time, and I do mean any time, that we put ourselves down in any way, we said it the other day, some people would be arrested for the way they talk to themselves. And we go, no, I never do. I'm a really upbeat, positive person. Yeah, until you're alone in the car and you got all these things running through. I should have had that conversation better, and if I was better about this, and if I could only do that. And the Spirit is saying, I'm as you. As you. Here's the fifth step that you've all been waiting for. And then here's the other loophole that we all have. Well, we go in and out of all those steps. And when we do. But we can't, for me, I can't keep using that as my reason to go back to victimhood. When I go, it's just a done deal. I'm going to go in, out. I'm never going to really get, right there, that's so positive and making me feel good. No, it's saying that I'm spirit. I'm good. I'm the goodness of life. I'm the chocolate of life. And so I don't have to work so hard. Oh my God, my whole life I thought I've had to work so hard. And right now I'm getting a psychic reading from you saying, tell us the damn fifth one. That's the one we've been waiting for. That's what we've been waiting for. Get 1 through 4 down and then see me next week. No, I'm just... The fifth one is something like the fourth one. But it's the one that we don't have to transition out of our bodies any longer, or even meditation that assists us. That we have the audacity to say, I pray from God, I pray from God, and I pray from God. And I said, and someone said, well, I kind of like the to God because it gives me a kind of a place to go. And you're kind of robbing me of my God. People talk freely with me. We're not robbing anybody of anybody's God. We're just opening up a window to say that you are that God. That's I am God. When you can really say that, and we say we pray from, you know why it's difficult? I'll tell you why, because you're all curious. Why it's hard to pray from God? Because in my upbringing, there was a phrase that was used I am not worthy to receive you. I'm not worthy. And if we had to transmute anything, it would be that. The reason it's hard to pray from God is because I'm flawed. And it hit me this morning so big. And I went, oh, that's why everyone's afraid to pray from God, where they say, I like the to God because it's like I can see something or I can see it. So, no, because in order to pray from God, you must own your greatness. You must own your love. No matter what the hell you've done 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years, 39 years ago, it doesn't, absolutely does not matter. I'm going through midlife crisis, so you guys can, but that's it. Does that make sense, though? Do you kind of feel that? It's like if we ever had to do anything, we just have to love ourselves and go to that place of self-love, because you cannot pray from a place that you don't believe is worthy. So we must say, before we do anything, I am worthy to receive all of the energy that there is. I'm that and more. But what about, no, I don't do buts. Only when I'm dancing. I don't do buts. I don't do buts. There is no but in the mind of God. There's none. It says, I love you no matter what. Prodigal son turning around and saying, never like, why'd you spend the money? Why'd you party? Loser, loser, loser. It doesn't say this. It says, let's party. Let's celebrate us. And also to forgive and let go and all of that. I'm going to end with a Mandela quote. Because for me, I have to let go and not hold on to the things that are keeping me prisoner. When we find out that we have been free the entire time, and that we can forgive and forgive those who trespass against us. Nelson Mandela, 27 years, had a lot of time to complain, a lot of time to live in the first stage, which he did. I'm a victim. How could they do this to me? I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. I'm sure he went in and out of these. Then he must have landed in the fifth stage, because I'll tell you something. Look what happened with him. 27 years in prison, and he walks out as the president. Walks into the anyway, this is what he said. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, this is for all of us, I knew that if I did not leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I would still be in prison. I'm going to read it again. Thank you, Nelson. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew that if I did not leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I would still be in prison. Yeah. You're free. You're free. If you never do another class, you never do another thing in your life, know that you're free. And we come together on Sunday because we're free. And we come to remind ourselves, oh, I'm free. But the only way that we can have our freedom is to leave our past behind. Leave our hatred behind. Leave our self-loathing and condemning away and walk out from light. I'm looking at all of you. I think you're all up for it. Do you think you're up for it? Well, let's do it. Namaste.
Yeah. I think it's called Clear Your Cookies and Cash.
Oh, wow, she's just all techie on me today. She told me
Do I know what it all means?
She told me I have to get rid of the cookies and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Aw. Yeah. This is our time of practicing the law of circulation. So we thank you for everything that comes through these doors today and through the lines. It's all good. It's all, there's no big or small. It's all amazing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. CSL Kauai, thanks you. Thank you. Let's do it. I love this song too. Did you write this?
Abundance, living life in the abundance. So much good love in abundance. Sweet sensations of a new day rising. Abundance, I feel myself in this abundance. Giving thanks for this abundance. Calling in the blessings of a new day rising. Abundance, living life in the abundance. So much good love in abundance. Sweet sensations of a new day rising. Abundance, I feel myself in this abundance. Giving thanks for this abundance. Calling in the blessings of a new day rising.
We're waiting for the baskets to
There
come.
it is.
But we can do it.
Sweet sensations of abundance. So much good love in abundance. Sweet sensations of a new day rising. Abundance, I feel myself in this abundance. Giving thanks for this abundance. Calling in the blessings of a new day rising.
It's all right. You can start praying. As it's flowing in. See the way it works.
Oh, and so from that
tight.
place of spirit within, we are expressing deep gratitude for the abundance and sweetness of life, for the many gifts and many blessings that are brought to this place today, that are shared through our wider bandwidth. And I know that that abundance blesses each one of us, for as we give, we also receive. And so in love and gratitude, as this comes forward, this abundant good, it also goes out to bless and prosper. And so with love and gratitude, we give thanks for all of this beauty and goodness. And we join in agreement by saying, and so it is.
Thank you. All right. I guess Sue. Thank you, Sue. You look cute today. Got it? All right. All right, we're good.
Okay,
So we have a few announcements.
we do. Goes that.
There, wait. Yeah, not
There we
that
go.
many. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the women's group is meeting at 6 o'clock on Tuesday night. So 6 to 7:30, if you want to come and join in the discussion, we'll be here. And you must RSVP. So
Everything's
go online and
RSVP,
yeah,
so.
well, you can't just show up. So unfortunately, for now, so just please RSVP through the website or through the e-blast or through or you're just emailing us, us. And then after service today, I didn't have it in there, but we are going to have a Zoom hospitality. So anybody online that wants to join us for that, I'm going to go directly to the office and start that as soon as they're done.
We do it once a month.
Yeah, we do it once a month now on the 1st. So please join us for that. And then this is the last week if you want to join our Beyond Limits class. Rob has taped it, so you'll get the first class through his videoing, and then you can join us on Wednesday, but it's the last week that you can join. It's an 8-week class.
And it is a great class.
It
We're
is
having a
great
good
class.
time.
We
yeah,
have some new people and so it's really kind of cool. And then, let's see, do you want to talk about that?
And then Flying Solo is coming up October 13th. Right now, we only have a couple people signed up for it, which is fine. We'll do it in January if the interest isn't there. The reason we did it during this time, which Flying Solo is, it's limited to 8 people, and you take a little snippet, chunk, whatever you want out of your life, and you marinate and you process and you display it in a little presentation at the end of the time. And it is really for your self-growth. It isn't about the performance level. But those are people that have really fantastic, wonderful stories to tell, as I'm looking at everybody. This would be an opportunity, and you can sign up. And if we don't, like we said, we'll do it in January. We just thought during this time would be really
a good time to do it.
it.
And you want to tell about this?
Yeah. So Marion is not here. How many of you saw Marion's Tai Chi on the
live stream,
the telethon? And so she had a lot of requests, and we had a lot of requests that people would like to continue that. She's going to do a 4-week here for the first 8 people that register, and then the rest will be online. So it will be live streamed, and it will also be in here, but only for 8 people. But I wanted to read, she sent me a note because she's not here today. Those who participated told us that they wanted more of that heart-opening, stress-melting energy. Given how well it worked through live stream, I'm doing a 4-week. And then she says, Marion sometimes says that doing Tai Chi is like dancing CSL Kauai's philosophy of life.
That's beautiful.
A+, Marion, who's watching. And then there's flyers in the back, and it's 4 weeks for $75, I believe. 4 weeks for $75, and if you miss it, you've got the wonderful, magical Rob, who allows us never to miss a thing.
Right. And then one more thing before we close out. Please RSVP through email. Don't come to the door, and don't give your reservation to someone else.
Because
it's really
we have
confusing.
a waiting list.
Because we have a waiting list and stuff. So, yeah. So please make sure you email. And if you, I only get like a few replies back on the confirmation that I send at the end, but that really lets me know that you got it. You know what I mean? So if you can just say got it, that would be just really great. All right. And
it's working well. It's just that we want to make sure we get it all the way, because a
we're
lot of
doing
people
great.
assume that, I was here this week, and then they don't, and then somebody will come to the door and they'll go, Marion gave me her 2 spots, and I'm like, well,
No.
and then Ron gets all like, has to put your
fachada.
cup on, your lid on the cup, and he gets all crazy
Right.
back there.
Right.
He's going crazy on you.
Yeah, actually, we're doing really well with this. I don't want to make it sound like we're not.
Give yourselves a hand.
Really. I mean, given
thank
what
you for
given what we've had to
participating.
do, like I said, I never thought I'd be running a theater company, but right?
Right.
I know.
Right.
Anyway, so
Okay,
I think that's it. So I think we're ready to close out, and
Yeah.
we got our
Children,
favorite
thank
song.
you.
Oh my
How
God!
can we forget our children?
You should remind
Kyle,
me. Raise
Zena,
it,
you
wait
guys
1
should have
second.
stood up and said, wait, don't go any further.
Stand up right back there.
There's our little Nat.
got Nat
and
and
where's
our
our other
baby.
little one?
Oh, let's tell them who they are. You are amazing. You are perfect.
Perfect.
You are magnificent, and we love you. Yes, we do. Thank you for the reminder. And don't forget, our practitioners are here to pray for you all the time. So.
Right, and we're always available for sessions. A lot of people have been starting to come in to do sessions. We're available, the ministers are, and the practitioners for private sessions. One thing I do want to say, because I've just been nudged by that spirit within, I want to mention Ron Stover for a minute. I know you're going to mention him in the thank yous. But Ron Stover is not only what you see at the door, and I love to kid about the cups because, the lids on the cups, because he keeps order. And as much as sometimes our little boys and girls that live inside want to go against order, just know that he's doing it from a place of love and because we told him to. No, I'm just kidding. But what I really want to say is that he's more than a pretty face. He has been in practitioner training for many, many years and takes care of the classes and participates in the classes. And so he's more than what we've seen, because he doesn't really care about me saying this, but I really want you to know that he's been a pillar for this community. And enough about Ron, back to me.
All right,
Yes.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, you guys, so then the closing song, every line repeats. Oh, if you know it, just sing along the whole time. If you don't know it, listen to the line and then repeat the line. And let's sing. Let's fill this room with all your beautiful voices, yeah? All right, here we go. Away, away, so much loving in the world. Away, away, so much loving in the world. We're living together as one under the golden sun. Living together as one under the golden sun. Blow makani, cleanse my soul. Blow makani, cleanse my soul. Away, away, so much loving in the world. Away, away, so much loving in the world. Living together as one under the golden sun. Living together as one under the golden sun. Blow
for the younger
makani,
generation.
cleanse my soul.
Blow your healing
makani,
vibration.
cleanse my soul.
Blow for
Oh, blow, Makani, please blow. We need you. I am so grateful for this time that we've had together, for everything that has transpired here, for how we've increased our bandwidth, our consciousness in this moment, knowing that we've just increased the consciousness of the world at the same time. And I want to just say thank you to all the people that made today possible. And I'm going to start back in that corner with Jonathan. Yay, Jonathan. And Rob Jones. Thank you, Rob, and Roseanne, and Ron Stover again. Mahalo, 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 mahalo. And our Malama team, which was Yana and Desiree, right? Yay, thank you, thank you. And also to these beautiful, amazing people here who joined us today, Jeremy and Amy. Thank you so much. And thank you for the beautiful dance, because that's always so special. And to Dr. Peggy, thank you for your consciousness and for being here. And, well, all those beautiful people online, on live stream, and to my beautiful husband, because I just want you to know how much I love you. Right. When he was saying that thing about this morning, what he thought, I just thought, wow, life is good. It's good. And I know that same goodness for all of us, to have our hearts expanded right here and right now. So I'm grateful. And with that gratitude, as we walk out of here, I know we take this love with us, this aloha, and we spread it far and wide. So I just, with this gratitude, just say, and so it is.
One more time. Away, away, so much loving in the world. Away, away, so much loving in the world. We're living together as one under the golden sun. Living together as one under the golden sun. Blow makani, cleanse my soul. Blow makani, cleanse my soul. Blow makani, cleanse my soul.